In the major cities of our nation, 50 to 90% of arrested felons test positive for illicit and illicit substances. Drug cases congest our courts, delaying and compromising justice, and prisoners convicted of drug offenses, ranging from simple possession to serious crimes of violence, clog our already overcrowded prisons. As you just heard, 40% of federal prisoners and 30% of state prisoners have been convicted of drug-related offenses. 8.5% of Americans suffer from an alcohol disorder, and another 2% from other substance disorders. 20% of people with a substance disorder also have mood or anxiety disorders, and vice versa. These problems have immense impact on families and children, traffic safety, health care, the productivity of our workforce, and on a host of other areas central to our individual and communal lives. Alcohol alone was implicated in almost 17,000 road fatalities in 2004, which was 39% of all fatal crashes and about the same number of deaths as those caused by intentional criminal homicide. Addiction and related behavioral problems are a potential window into the failure of self-regulation generally, which is the source of so much human difficulty. Loosely speaking, failure of self-regulation may be thought of as very badly wanting things that are not good for you or for society, and then impulsively or compulsively trying to obtain them. Much other criminal and dangerous behavior also fits this model with varying precision. Basic scientific research on addictions may thus have far-reaching implications because it may further our understanding of antisocial behavior more generally. Many informed observers have argued for decades that addiction is a disease, that drug-related behavior should be considered the symptom of a disease rather than a moral failure, and that the criminal justice system should simply be an adjunct to a predominantly medical response. Others have argued with equal force that because addictions are basically defined behaviorally, and the definition of addictions is compulsively seeking and using substances, drug-related behavior could and should be evaluated morally and legally, even if it is the symptom of a disease. In 1968, for example, as will be familiar to the lawyers, the Supreme Court of the United States was asked to declare unconstitutional the conviction of a confirmed alcoholic for the crime of public drunkenness. Advocates argued that punishing the symptom of a disease was cruel and unusual, but the Supreme Court rejected this purely medicalized approach and permitted the states to treat addiction-caused behavior as criminal. Both sides in this continuing controversy were hampered, however, by very incomplete understanding of the nature and causes of addiction. But recent advances in neuroscientific methodology and in knowledge of the relation between brain function and behavior may revolutionize our understanding of the causation of addiction and related condition. Such advances are virtually certain to furnish data crucial to rational, social, and legal regulation of substance use, including possibly wide-ranging changes in criminal law and policy. The MacArthur Network on Addiction will explore primarily the criminal justice implications of the new neuroscience by considering, among others, the following topics: the definition of addiction and loss of self-regulation, the causes of addiction, the criminal responsibility of addicts and others acting under the influence of substances, and the potential prevention and amelioration by biological and other interventions of addiction and related failures of self-regulation. In short, can neuroscience make discoveries that should rationally cause us to reconsider whether current doctrines and practices of criminal blame and punishment are fundamentally unjust? The network hopes to provide sound bases for legal and social policy on these and other questions using the most sophisticated understanding of the relevant neuroscience, including new science produced by its own members. As we consider the implications of our own research and the research of others, we will be cognizant of the important role of social and psychological factors also in explaining and responding to substance-related problems. And we will always be mindful of our legal system's commitment both to liberty and to social welfare and to the inevitable tension between them.